How's it going, guys? How are we all doing today? Today's video, I wanted to go and talk about some of the stuff happening in the game recently and upcoming stuff as well. And I want to show you a really fun counter with Kuill and the Bounty Hunters countering a gas team. So let's just kind of go over some of this stuff. Actually, before we get into that, I just want to show off my 7-star cam. I don't have any gear for him because I put all my gear towards my Mandalorian and my Grief. But just having him 7-star is so nice. I don't have to worry about, you know, all the cam stuff. Although it's fun to do the cam mission actually, and I love helping people out with it. But it is nice to finally have him 7-star, I gotta say. So let's go and show you some of the fun stuff happening around the game. First and foremost is we're going to have IG-11 coming here this weekend, which is kind of awesome. I love actually spending time watching The Mandalorian and then actually doing the whole galactic challenges, getting my mod salvage and level up some mods and get some new slices, which is a lot of fun. And now, this week, we get IG-11 in the game. So I feel like out of him and Kuill, he is definitely the better of the two, in my opinion, because he's not a tank role, but he has a lot of tank similarities and a lot of tank things like a taunt, a lot of healing, you know, a lot of stuff like that. It's a lot of cool stuff with this character, and I feel like if you were to go whale for either him or Kuill, I feel like he's a bit of a better recommendation in my opinion. He's a bit better in the long run because he's like pretty much a tank. He has so much of that stuff built into his kit. So he's coming out this weekend, and also from this weekend and also next weekend you can get him from I think two or three stars or whatever from the galactic challenges. So that's pretty cool. You can go check out his kit if you guys have not read his kit already. And then there's some other fixes here. Nothing too crazy, honestly. They changed some JML and some Emperor stuff with their kits and how they're all functioning. And then that's pretty much it for the constant update. Not much. But then guys, we read this little thing here. And guess what? We're going to just go skip straight through the Bronzium stuff. Right now, coming up soon, we will be able to, not solo, rather, sim, I can't find the word. Sim. You can sim the tank raid. So, you should be able to, if you're in a bit of a better guild, you can sim this if you have beaten it at heroic 50 times, which I feel like most guilds that I've been in at least have done that. And also having 35 members with a 7-star GK. So that should definitely be easy sim for most top-end guilds if you're in one, or maybe just like a guild like above whatever the threshold of being a good guild is for having beaten that 50 times. You know, I'm sure a lot of guilds will be able to beat that and sim it now. So that's awesome. We don't have to worry about that. And it's good timing because we're having that new challenge here with the Rancor. So you don't have to worry about that rate as well. The tank, you know, having to play that, you can now just sim it, which is awesome. Also, they changed it for this new Bronziums to actually have some double drops. But that does not affect the full character drops that you do get from the Bronziums. This only affects the single shards. So you could get, instead of one, you can get 2 now, which is not that bad. So if you kind of went out and you, like me, and you wasted all of your stuff in anticipation for all this new stuff with the shard shop and all that different shard drops and the farming stuff, maybe hold off since we now have had this being told to us that you can get double drops for the shards. So you maybe get some more shards in your back pocket if you wanted to. So feel free to do that. I think that's a good thing to shout out there. And then let's go over to the one thing I want to go over for today, which is a counter. So the next thing I want to show you is a counter from Van Seal. Van Seal does a lot of stuff with the bounty hunters in this game. And man, he has some crazy relics bounty hunters. And he actually went out on Relic 7 Kuill as well. But before we go into that and to show you guys that, I want to go back in the game and show you just the Kuill of why he's so good in my opinion. So I did say the IG-11 is probably the better of the two, but I like Kuill because of his I Have Spoken special ability. Pretty much, this gives out the TM, and that's my biggest reason why I feel like he's so good, because he gives that TM, and he's a pretty quick character as well. So if you get him pretty fast, modded, you can make him go first. You give out the TM to the Scoundrel allies, and that's pretty huge. In the counter for today, we're going to be using a Aura Seeing lead with some other Fets and Mando, and you all get the TM because they're all Scoundrel, which is amazing. But yeah, this is a pretty huge special. And also you get the Mechanic Savvy with the extra offense and all that extra stuff with the Scoundrels as well. So that's a pretty huge thing. So we're going to be seeing this in action right now. Let's go hop back over and show you guys this fun counter from Van Seal. So kind of things I want to say before we actually go into it right now is I've been looking at it. I think he was fighting some Rexes that were not the craziest fastest. I think they were around the 284 range if I were to say from what I remember reading. 284 Rex, not the craziest fast Rex, but also keeping in mind that at this state of the game, if you're at this state of play, being a high GP and whatnot, having these characters ready to go and having Kuill, you probably won't be seeing the speed going crazy fast on Rexes anymore. You might see those on other characters. And also, I mean, in my opinion, I don't really see gases as much anymore either. So, I mean, a lot of things, I'm not sure if I'll ever use this, but it's kind of just more viewing purposes only. Showing this off is pretty fun to see. So, yeah, I think his Kuill was around 347, 346 speed, which is a pretty fast Kuill. I think he might have just tossed from his Darth Revan speed set to his Kuill. But, I mean, this guy, Van Seal, has some insane mods and insane relics for bounty hunters, so it's not like your average, normal, everyday bounty hunter team, right? So let's go see this and see how it works. So first things first, he uses his I Have Spoken. He gives that TM. Now, all of the guys go first. And that pretty much means with Aura's leader contract, you got to use abilities 10 different times to give the contract out, which makes it so Mando can get his easy annihilate just like he did right there. So he is now, I think, the slowest in the TM. So that means you can set him up perfectly so he goes very last to get that disintegrate off onto the gas. And after that happens, you are going to be looking at an easy win here. So Aura lead is pretty huge if you want to be using Mando in GACs because you get that early on disintegrate and the annihilate. And then you have Grief here with a huge freaking cleanse. I think we just saw the Bosk there was at a little bit lower than full HP. Now he's back at full protection nearly. And I mean, Grief is such an insane healer, support, whatever for the bounty hunters, guys. And another annihilate with Mando. But yeah, this would not have happened if our Kuill was not fast to go before the clones did. So that's a very key point here. He is probably the biggest point here in this whole battle and counter. Again, we went before Rex, which is huge. We get that offense up. We get that nice the mass assist pretty much with Grief. We get some more hits here from Aura. And then we get the mass assist onto Gas. And then that means we get the Annihilate. And he's already dead again. So very similar stuff here in all these different counters and battles versus the Gas. So there we go. We finally got Rex to go there. But it doesn't matter. As long as Gas is dead, there really is no way that you can lose here, in my opinion. You're going to have Grief here with a big boy cleanse in a little bit. We just lost Kuill there, but I mean, as long as you have the main bounty hunters alive, especially the Mandalorian with that huge annihilate, you're going to be just fine. So in a few turns, we're going to get it back for the annihilate. We're going to worry about fives because you don't want to proc the savior, but he'll be down right there. It might have been overkill with the annihilate when he was in the red, but hey, I'll take a kill on fives. He is annoying to kill and to worry about. So yeah, it's a fun counter. I want to test Aura lead out. I want to kind of get my Aura around, gear 10, gear 11, maybe even gear 12, and just see how they all play with my Mando, because I have seen it work versus Padme's. I think I've even seen it versus Grievous's with the Aura lead and how that kind of functions in with the other bounty hunters as like with Mando, because having that really fast, easy contract getting off ASAP allows for the disintegrate onto somebody early on as like a Grievous or a Padme or a JKA in the Padme teams. And that is very paramount to getting those nice, easy wins in GACs. And I would say if you wanted to, because, let's go back in the game for a second. I feel like if you wanted to worry about, a couple of these new Mando characters that we're farming right now, which ones I would kind of focus for gear first, I would definitely go for the higher gear onto the Mandalorian, in my opinion, because you want him to, after a disintegrate, live longer for that survivability, the HP, so that he can get another potential disintegrate off. Grief, I feel like you can stack his protection up pretty high, so you don't have to worry about him too much with having him high gear. So I like to go about it this way. And then, of course, you got Kara. I would leave Kara for last, in my opinion. She's a great tank and all, but I would rather have her very last for what I'm going to worry about with my gear. And then you got to, of course, worry about the new ones, Kuill and IG-11, but we had not even had IG-11 so far. But I do like Mando a lot. So, guys, with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed this new counter for today from Van Seal. Good stuff, Van Seal. I'll leave a link to his channel if you guys want to watch more of his counters with his bounty hunters, because he is a bounty hunter god. He loves these guys. They're a lot of fun to use, a lot of fun to see. So that's probably it for today. Just some more stuff about the game and what's going on. We got the new changes to the tank rate for the SIMMABLE tank. We have IG-11 coming. We also have that new shard stuff coming here as well. A lot of stuff coming here for the anniversary update. I don't know when it's going to drop. If I were to guess, it's going to be probably next week in their big update and content update. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Hopefully you're having fun playing the game like I am as well. But yeah, that's probably going to do it for my video. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a like, share it around, and sub to the channel if you guys are new here. We do GAC streams. We do videos nearly every day. So feel free to give me a sub. And also, if you are a sub, feel free to get the notification bell turned on. But that's probably it. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good one.